United agenda. I am joined by the man that's eternally optimistic. You could rob him of all his money, beat him senseless, and leave him lying in a puddle of his own urine, and he'd still be positive about it. Yabba Forbes, you're very welcome.
And I will forgive you as well. It will be forgiven.
And of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Andy Tate, welcome back.
Thank you for having me, guys. Quiet midweek. Everything is silent in the land of Man United, but we still talk football, don't we?
Absolutely. Of course, we got the old international foosball back, mainly international friendlies. Do you subscribe to watching international football, or do you prefer to diversify into more local stuff, Andy?
I really can't get into friendlies and that. Qualifiers, maybe, but yeah, we're 3 games into the Prem. Let's have a break. So after this one, it's 4 games in, and there'll be 7 games left. Then let's have another break. Then in November, break. Then straight through till March, break. It's just stop-start. So this weekend, I'm going to be doing some non-league and local amateur level. So, I mean, for a tenner, you get a pint, you get in the ground, and you get some chips, all for a tenner. I'll take that at Droylsden. Up the Bloods.
And what about if you wanted to add a pie to that?
You can always sneak a Greg's in, can't you?
Steak bake. Like that.
Yeah.
You know, talking about internationals, I was listening to Rio Ferdinand's interviewing Michael Owen, a new interview out, and he was saying the way to sort of push international football again is to make sure all countries have, like if you're an England manager, you have an English coaching set up, English manager as well, and that will encourage better management, because at the moment he's saying there's no great English managers in the Premier League, and he says that's the way to get more fans behind national football again, international football. And I agree with him. I was listening to that, I was thinking, yeah, he's right. You know, if it was all Italian managers, Spanish managers, and all that kind of, because now we don't care. The Premier League don't care if there's English managers, development of English managers at all. But if we had English manager, English coaching set up, everything English, we would get behind the national team a lot more.
Yeah, but I think the last 2 tournaments have broken us as fans. Also, when you come to this close in 2021, and you defend for the best part of 70, 80 minutes, then you bring on, my mindset is defend. Then the next one, you push, you bore your way to the final. And then when the chips are down, you still play boring football. So it's heartbreaking for me as an Englishman. Them last 2 tournaments, they're my chance. I'll never get to see an England team winning a tournament. Obviously, people who I know, my dad, he saw England win the World Cup. I'll never see a tournament like that. I'll never see a winning formula. I've seen the Lionesses win back-to-back, and that's been good. But I'll never see England win a tournament with a World Cup or the Euros, and they were the last 2 chances to see ever. And unfortunately, it won't happen in my lifetime.
You reckon?
Yeah, I do reckon. Because we've passed now. Because when you're at your peak of your perfection, when we was against in 2021, and you don't cash in on it and don't utilise it for 2024 as well, you don't carry that on. Oh, I'll think, you know what? I think I'll leave Jack Grealish at home. Creativity. No, you got to create. You want to entertain. And Spain won it all the way. You know, they deserve it. I'd rather be entertained than bore my way to a final.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about Republic of Ireland, are we? International.
I'm just going to say, well, at least, you know, you have somebody that can play football playing for your team. Like, my last fond memories, obviously, we had the Yorkshireman, Big Jack. And being part of Jackie's army was obviously very fun times in Ireland. But I think for me, 2002 is the one that got away.
Yeah.
That could have been a special year. If that Muppet Mick McCarthy hadn't sent Roy home, we could have beaten Spain. But he sent our midfield general home, and you're like, seriously? Really?
I remember about 12 months later, I was at a reserve game, Man United reserve game at Altrincham with my dad and his mate. And guess who was in the stand in the director's box, but sat apart, very apart? Roy Keane and Mick McCarthy.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember it. Still, I still talk about it to this day with my dad, and everybody, like say, who was in that stand is like, Jesus Christ! I bet they never. And that half-time brew would have been interesting, wouldn't it? They go downstairs for a coffee and a biscuit. I don't think so.
Yeah, and then of course, McAteer became the villain that was Mick McCarthy's on the field foghorn, and I don't think they speak to each other at all. McAteer and Roy Keane. I think they're completely at edge with each other.
Oh yeah, I could say they did that, didn't it? Against some,
yeah,
right about, remember that?
Yeah, bloody Scousers.
But saying that, just how great a player Roy Keane was. He did carry you guys to that World Cup, didn't he? I remember a game against Holland over in Ireland against a great Dutch midfield, and he was just bossing it. And sometimes, obviously, when you play for Man United and you've got good players around you, you say, sometimes you can be carried. But he carried that side, that Irish side. And it just shows me, as time goes on, I realise what a complete great player he really was. I'm really impressed by him. Because back in the day, I used to think Ince was the man, and I was gutted when he left. And I thought, Keane, he's not good enough. I didn't understand when I was younger, I didn't have the knowledge to understand just how good a player he was. It's only in hindsight, I look back and I think, wow, what a great player.
We actually had decent players back then. So we had Gibbon, we had Duffer, we had Robbie Keane, we had Johnny O'Shea. There was so many good players that we actually had back then. And it just seems like a missed opportunity, too. Because Spain didn't know what to do with us that day. And I think the next game would have been against South Korea.
And they went all the way to the semi.
Wow.
Exactly. We could have had a one-off chance to make a final. We probably wouldn't have won it, but bloody heck. Imagine the party in Ireland if Ireland were in a World Cup final.
Drake! Well, can't say that. I might get arrested. You know what I mean? I heard that today. Drake!
Yeah. In case you haven't picked up the vibe in the chat, it's very much a more relaxed atmosphere today because we aren't really focused on Manchester United, but we are going to obviously talk about them. But before we get into the main meat in the sandwich, we are on the road to 4K, and Colm has kindly done up this graphic where you can get a home jersey, an away jersey, the third kit, which reminds you of Kung Fu Cantona. And of course, for those of you that are like Colm and love goalkeeper shirts, that's there as well. But this is the one me, Andy, and Yaba all want, but we can't have. A Robson signed authenticated jersey. Currently,
touch the screen.
Currently sitting there nicely in Colm's office in his house, and he's hoping that you don't reach that membership number so that he can keep looking at it every day as he goes to work. But I think you need to deprive him of it. So for the price of £1, as well as being able to go on a Friday to give your spiel, regardless of what club you're from, on the Premier League Club with Mr. B, you will have a chance to win this absolutely legendary bit of kit. What could go wrong for £1, like? So come on, folks, hit that join button and let's get this shirt out of Colm's house.
Come on, for the price of a Freddo, eh?
Yeah. Actually, speaking of Freddo, then, chocolate bars and shrinkflation, it's criminal.
Oh yeah. Where is it? £1.50 for 4 Freddos in a packet. Tesco. Absolute scandalous. This country's gone. It's gone to pot. Absolute scandalous.
But we go for Fredos to people that are no longer required at Manchester United Football Club. We spoke yesterday about the absolute massive cojones of Onana to come back injured and ask Ruben, come here, lad, I want a 25% pay rise. Yeah, what? Did you know that, Andy? He asked for a 25% pay rise because he wasn't happy about getting a pay cut for not being in Champions League.
Yeah, I heard about that. And did you hear about how he got injured?
Playing left wing.
Yeah. In his village, on a football match, just having a kickabout. Unbelievable. Honestly, the arrogance holds no bounds to this dude. I mean, I've seen the Batman videos, Batman. Go on, mate. It's kind of funny, but yeah. To ask this, and when you get injured, you go back to Carrington and ask for a new contract. I would say it's pretty shameful. You know what I mean? Because it was you and you alone who got us knocked out of the Champions League a couple of seasons back. So, and like I say, last season, you were a part of the problem. Not just the problem, but you are a part of the problem. And you know how bad the finances are at this club, allegedly. So, and you want to demand a new... If you perform well with your job, in any job, there are bonuses, are incentives. But if you basically are just not doing your job and tearing it up, you don't deserve your pay rise. The absolute cheek of it, you deserve to be not punished, but taken down a peg or two.
Chalk that one down.
I just what we were saying yesterday, Andy's just like saying exactly what Mr. B was saying as well. It's a cheek. It's a damn cheek. When you're not performing, you usually get a disciplinary, and he's asking for an increase.
Do you remember the arrogance against Leon? Do you remember? When he had that fallout with
Matic?
Matic, yeah. And he goes out in his headphones and he's like that, touching the goalpost and like that, standing in front of the Villa Leon fans, golding him like that. Probably listening to Tupac, thinking he's Biggie, Biggie Smiles, yeah, looking at him, yeah. And what does he do? 2 clangers.
Yeah.
Clangers. The goal, the flop again. The goal, and then in the last minute as well, when we did need the stress. You know what I mean? At that second leg, and we would have been a comfortable position, but no. The arrogance of the man, the arrogance. If you are arrogant, but you don't deliver, you deserve everything that comes back on you. I've got no sympathy after the Grimsby game.
Just quickly, Stephanie Griffiths is saying there, you don't ask, you don't get, but ask a stupid question, you get a stupid answer. Shoot, going back, like there was a great quote today about Gay from Crystal Palace comparing him to Isaac. So Isaac is the bad guy because he stuck to his guns and upset Newcastle and he got the move that he wanted, whereas Gay behaved like a good boy and ended up getting screwed over and missed out on a move of a lifetime. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes you have to, as a footballer, it's a tough one. He's got no real affiliation with Man United, but it's all for the money situation. I mean, I understand why he's asking, but when we hear about that and it gets leaked, we do have to.
He's like that Tottenham lad, wasn't it? That Crystal Palace lad was going to go to Tottenham, and he was negotiating 55 million. And I'm going to I'm coming Spurs and Arsenal. Gazumped him, and he signs for Arsenal a few days later. Oh man. It's just arrogance and money driven. That's what it is. And unfortunately, that's the way the game is now.
Speaking of money, Andy, we paid obviously somewhere in the region of 50-odd million for Banana Head. And now they're talking about what we're going to be recouping from whether it's one of the Turkish clubs or one of the Saudi Pro League clubs is about 15 million. That's some haircut.
It is some pay cut, but it's 15 million quid. 15 million pound more than we haven't got at the moment, is it? So it's 50 million pound into the coffers. Maybe we can use it to, like you say, you just get him off the books. And you say we've got 4 goalkeepers now. We need to remove 2 at the max. because I would keep eating. I would.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, do you see him moving between now and the transfer window, lads?
Well, 7 days. Oh, come on, man. Do you want him in? Do you want him in at the Manchester derby? Come on, be honest. As soon as he goes, if he's in that squad for the Manchester derby, I'm switching off. I'm sorry, man. You know the game. You beat him before you even started.
In the squad or in the first team, you mean?
No, if he starts a Manchester derby.
Oh, he starts. Oh, right. Yeah. No.
If he
no
starts a Manchester derby, we are done. The game's gone even before we start. Yeah. Honestly, he doesn't deserve for his absolute. Oh, the balls ups he made, even in the penalty shootout, it was like Super Mario. Bleep, miss, bleep, 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 bleep. See, honestly, in the 80s, you had an old little video game where you go boop, 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 with the tennis, with the tennis things. Yeah. He's like boop, 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 boop. He caught one with his hand once. That was it. And even though Grimsby fielded a player and they got fined. If that was the other way around, by the way, United would have got punished and booted out the cup.
Actually, what did Grimsby do? Sorry, what happened there?
Grimsby registered a player a minute after the deadline, and he played a part in the game, and he played the game, and Grimsby won. But if that, in any other walk of life, in other matches, clubs have been punished and kicked out of the competitions.
I didn't know that.
Actually, you just raised a good question, because I was going to bring on the beings of Prattman himself. He was calling for United to actually lodge the complaint and have Grimsby taken out.
Seriously.
Shame. Shame.
Oh, God. That's like reading the fine print on your contract. Find the smallest get out of jail card. Bit like Angela Ray, the Ashton MP, Deputy Prime Minister. Like, oh, no. Oh, I can get out of this one. Just like today, honestly. No. I'm sorry, gents. No.
Can you imagine the biblical sledging that we'd have gotten if we actually did that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If United had appealed it, it would have been embarrassing. But if they registered a day late, if this was like a few hours later, then there'd be questions. It was only a minute. It was a minute, but if it was a few hours, then it's like then you could maybe, like, say you find this out 12 hours later, and he was registered 12 hours later. Yeah, you know what I mean? Are we gonna? Yeah, I can understand that, but a minute, and they get fined 20 grand.
So, Rebel, who were you saying was going to complain about it?
Oh, Prattman, aka a certain other United fan channel aficionado that is well known throughout. He's going to be doing Bundesliga commentary soon.
So seriously, him, he said United should complain.
Yeah.
Wow. We have to let this one go, innit? You have to take a big L with that one. You can't just make it worse. It would make it a lot worse if we did complain about that. Let that slide. I'm trying to forget about that now. It's all over and done with, and we move on. And just remember the last game. Did you go to the Burnley game, Andrew? Andy, sorry.
Andrew is my first name, but everyone calls me
Andy. No, but there's another famous Andrew Tate.
The other guy's got a bald head and he got arrested for ordering pizza. So, you know what I mean? Easy, you know what I mean? I went Saturday. I had ticket problems getting in again. I missed the first 35 minutes, and I got there at 2 o'clock.
You're joking?
Yeah, joking.
We spoke about this last time. What did you do?
The ticket system is absolutely pathetic. The settings were set on my phone from the Arsenal game. I did everything that was required. No assistance from the ticket office and no assistance from the people at the turnstiles. Have you tried this? Have you tried that? You just get fobbed off. And in the end, I had to go back the second time and get a ticket and get a barcode. Honestly, they don't want to help, but we'll happily take your money.
Can they fix that? Is that going to be resolved, you think?
I don't know, mate, because there were a lot of people getting upset. There was security getting involved, kids crying because they're missing the game. Dad's getting in trouble. Dad's arguing and security coming. You know what I mean? They're a nasty piece of work in the ticket office sometimes, and the security's a nasty piece of work. They don't want to know. They just take your money and they just say, "Oh, your chip's working." It's a chip in the phone. Certain iPhones have a chip, but it's positioned, and you just put it in. And you know, and now with Android phones, you've got to scan it at a certain angle, even upside down, back to front, take your phone case off, and it still wouldn't register. So it's like that. Scan it there, scan it here, scan it at the top, scan it at the other side. It's an absolute joke, technology now.
Yeah, I agree with you. And you know what? They'd say, well, we spent a fortune on it and we're going to persist with it. It was like the e-voting in Ireland. They spent a bare fortune on those machines and they just did not work.
Right.
I know. I've been at lower league grounds and they have that system in, but they have people on the turnstiles with little ticket readers that scan the ticket and provide you with assistance and you let you know the ticket is legitimate and they scan you in. Yet one of the biggest clubs in the world, allegedly, can't even get that right.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. The chat is definitely enthralled by our goalkeeping situation. Razin is liking Onana and Binder to Dumb and Dumber when it comes to goalkeepers. Or do you know? I wonder.
Crazy. Hear no evil, see no evil, like Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor. Those two.
Here, or maybe one of them will be there. I am Cotolio. I want Beavis
and Butthead. Yeah, Beavis and Butthead. I have no bumhole. Yeah, I have no bumhole. I've seen the meme on TikTok last few weeks. But you know what I mean? I am Julio. I have no bumhole.
Classic. Absolute classic.
Brilliant. By the way, I just want to welcome the 181 people that are watching us on Twitter.
193.
Well, 181 on Twitter, the rest are on YouTube. And I was just going to ask them if they wouldn't mind taking 30 seconds out of their day, coming across to the Man United Agenda YouTube, hitting that like button. By doing so, it's completely free, of course. You will be in with a chance to get a free United shirt. So, what have you got to lose? Just give us 30 seconds of your time. And if you don't like watching on YouTube, you can go right back over to Twitter and go about your day. But you'll have done us a great service. But Andy, I am going to talk about something that has been discussed in the other place that you appear from time to time, the Stretford Paddock. And Carl Anka was on talking about our new keeper, Senan Laman. And he's calling him Baby De Gea.
Interesting analogy. And we all know how De Gea started. His first game, Charity Shield, long range from Execo. I remember it. Yeah, it was an emotional game when we won. But he sort of he blossomed from that. And he had a good first season. You know, we lost the title, but he made some crucial saves, and it was the making of him. And he won a Premier League the season after. And he continued. He's been our player of the year for about, was it 7 out of 8 years? He was here. 11 years he was here. About 8 of them he was player of the year.
Wow.
So fans voted for him. He was young player of the year when he first started as well. And he's just that. He saved us more times than Batman saves a damsel in distress. That's what De Gea was. But I just didn't like the way De Gea left. For me, he had to go. The second goal against Man City, he shouldn't have done it. City shouldn't have won a treble for me. That second goal was avoidable. But the new lad, yes, definitely. You got to work him in easier, play him in a couple of games. Maybe not in the Manchester derby, but maybe against Chelsea. And after that, you got a few games spread out over the next couple of weeks. We got Brentford, we got Sunderland as well. So yeah, you can play a few of them games. Get him in the squad, bring him in. I've seen a couple of the videos of him making saves. So I welcome him. But I really thought we was going to get Martinez as well. We needed some balls of steel. We needed some shithousery, and we didn't get him. I would have happily got them 2 keepers and got rid of the other 2.
I'm going to ask you this question. We talked about it yesterday. Apparently, in the morning, we had done a deal with Villa that Jadon Sancho would go to them permanently, and it would be a player-for-player exchange, basically where both teams would take on the massively stupid contracts that the respective players have. But Jadon Sancho, in his wisdom, decided, no, I don't want to go permanent to Villa. I don't want to do that, and absolutely scuppered it, which is why United turned around and said, right, Antwerp, we're taking your boy.
So Jadon Sancho, even till the end, is an annoying little shit.
Absolutely.
Honestly, Jadon Sancho is the biggest, how do I put this politely, whore of football going. You just pimp yourself out. You'll never be remembered as this special player with all the potential you had, and you just blew it all away. Pep was right about him. Pep was right about him and his attitude. Just lets it go to his head. All right, he had medical problems, health problems. We all have that, and I had total sympathy. But since then, Ten Hag gave him faith, and he came back, and he scored a couple of goals. Remember, again on his return against Leicester and against Leeds. But since then, absolute arrogance of a player, and I can see why Chelsea didn't want him either. Maybe Chelsea seen something as well in the dressing room. So he's just like a little elbow. He's going from place to place, getting some money, maybe win a trophy. Check my Instagram, check it out. I won a Europa League maybe this season with Villa. That's it. That's all he's going to be. He's just a whore. He's a football whore.
No, actually, it's interesting you mentioned Chelsea. Now, we can't verify whether Todd Bowley actually said these things because, for whatever reason, Fabrizio Romano actually was sent out to make a quote tweet that he had not done such an interview and that he hadn't said the things that were reported. Those things were that he was late multiple times for training at Chelsea. He didn't turn up on various occasions for Chelsea. And he was more interested at times in staying in bed with his missus than attending team functions. Allegedly.
We heard all this before at Dortmund, didn't we? So I guarantee it's true. I mean, if you're in a jury, let's be the jury here. I say he's guilty.
I would say like footballers throw away. Look at was it Ralph Morris? That they had the world at his feet. And he threw it.
Oh, Morrison, yeah.
Ralph Morrison. I remember there was an Everton player, Danny Canamata. He had the world at his feet, and he looked so much potential, Everton, and he went to Bradford City. Never heard from him again.
Yeah, I'm going to take a minute.
Yeah, footballers just throwing away career. I look now. I think Marcus Rashford's gone the same way.
Yeah. And I think Garnacho with him.
Yeah, he's going the same way now. Not yet. You'll get there. Give it 12 months, and you will get them accolades, Garnacho, because you're just getting in the locker room. That's it.
They live in these bubbles, like the lifestyle that they have. I can't even dream of how they live, how easy things are for them. But from a young age, when you have that sort of lifestyle and you lose that hunger, and you're in this little bubble of fast cars, women, and glamorous stuff. It's so easy, isn't it? I mean, to sort of lose your way, and we see.
Don't get me wrong. If you went to another dimension and met yourself at 20, seeing yourself, and say, "Hey, mate, you can do this, do this." Yeah, you'd be like that. You tell them to do it, wouldn't you? I'd do it. I'd do it. I'd tell myself at 20, go and do that, lad. Enjoy that for the next 10 years. All of us would, but when you're not professional enough, if you're professional and you can do that off the pitch as well as on the pitch, fine. There's only one person who ever done that, and that was Georgie Best.
Yeah.
He did it all. Ballon d'Or, European Cup, league title, everything. Miss World, everything. He done it all.
Yeah. He was simply the best for multiple reasons, to be fair to him. But I am going to ask you a question, right? Obviously, we never made it as professional footballers, Andy, but we're of a similar vintage in terms of the times we were born. But if we were in the Man United Youth Academy, back at the age some of these young players are getting 60 and 70 grand of contracts, we would not have been seeing anything like that in the Fergie era. We'd have been told, right, you're cleaning Roy's boots, you're cleaning Dennis's boots, you're cleaning whoever's boots, and you'd be responsible for their gear bag, you'd be responsible for all that, and you would be basically saying, you're here to earn an education, you listen to these lads, and maybe someday you'll have a chance to actually play that for that shirt, or at the very least, you'll have on your resume, you were at United's academy, and that's going to be worth an extra zero onto your paycheck wherever you go.
Yeah, definitely. If you've learned from the best, it will educate you to push yourself to do better in life. And even in the 90s, early 90s, it was still about that until, I would say, the late 90s. Then the money started coming in, and it got, within 6 years, the Premier League changed dramatically. So it was just money driven from about 98 onwards, 99, after Cantona left, and it was just, it was obscene. It was obscene. So in our time, in our lifetime generation, yeah, we would have done exactly as we was told. Listen to Fergie, listen to your mum and dad, and getting that drive and getting that. Let's say you might have, say if you work hard, you might have got that lucrative contract. Even if you're on just $5,000 a week. I mean, that back then for us, Jesus Christ, I wish I was on $5,000 a week now. I mean, I'll be happy. You know what I mean? But we'll never see what they see. They will never see what we see. Because it's a completely total generation for the last 30 years, football-wise.
It's true. It's like there's a big separation from the football players of the past. They used to be close to the fans. They used to have, like, at the end of the career, build a pub or buy a pub in the local street, and everyone would go around there. They were accessible, weren't they, footballers back then? Not
even
saying
football managers. I've seen a video. I've read the story. 1964, West Ham won the FA Cup against Preston North End, and the West Ham manager, what did he do after the game? What did he do? Take a guess. How did he get back to Upton Park? What did he do?
Hitchhike.
Nope, he got the tube.
Oh my God.
He got the tube. There's a picture of him with the FA Cup taking the tube back to Upton Park. Wow.
The world has changed.
You'll never get that today.
Nah, not at all.
Here's a good one for you now, right? Stephanie Griffith said her neighbour Simon played with Georgie Best at Stockport County. Now that is a claim to fame.
It's a claim to fame. Very good, Stephanie. Very good claim to fame.
But I am going to bring us towards our final couple of topics. It seems that, at least on the Twitterverse, that Manchester United fans are the most damning about our transfer window. And usually, while we're telling rival fans to shut up and keep their noses out of our transfers, that the lads are going to be fine, it seems that like the rival fans are the voices of reason on Twitter in terms of United signings. Is that a bit surprising?
Yeah, I mean, I tend to avoid social media now because I was a part of it for about 10 years, and now I'd rather just be anonymous. I'd rather look into the debate and get involved with it now. I know my way around it now. I've seen the abuse, I've seen the happiness, and personal attacks on me, and Man United fans attacking players. You know, even though now I will criticize a player on a podcast at the paddock or on a, it's like you just don't. I try to stay out of it now. I don't want no part of online. It's just not worth it now. I rather let other people do the arguing.
Yeah.
Smart move. You have to be like that. I mean, yeah, if you get too involved, you can get targeted. There's so much abuse on social media these days, and people put themselves out there. They put their lives out there, and sometimes it's better just to be anonymous, like you're saying, just peek in from time to time.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. And you just go like, ooh, that's not said. Then you come out, go back a day later. Jesus Christ, did they say that? So it's just like it's just like watching Coronation Street in real life.
But it's like a timestamp as well. If you say something, even I've seen some people get pulled up for something they said 10 years ago, when they were younger and more foolish, And
yeah.
Okay.
Don't mention anything because you might get armed police at the airport. You know what I mean? Drake. People get that. People get that analogy after today. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Big up to everyone in the chat, by the way. Ransom Devil, Vincent Bullock. How you doing, Vincent? He was at the game last week. We've got 20 likes at the moment. Guys, keep tapping up. If you're in the house, give us a like and let us know. Let's get up to 35 before we finish this show. So.
Here's an interesting one for you now. We mentioned a certain somebody that was mentioning about Grimsby Town earlier, and he's been mentioned in articles again this afternoon. Apparently, on his podcast, he started taking shots at the gaffer.
What's been said? What's he saying?
He's saying that.
Said what now? Who's saying this? Who's what?
Prattman. He's saying that Ruben is on his last chance. The pressure's mounting, and the axe could fall. Essentially, in summary.
In the words of Father Ted, feck off.
Yeah, no.
You know what? He's got a lot of. He's got a big voice and he's got a big platform, isn't he? So anything he says, he's got to realize the influence he has. I'm not saying
no, but he doesn't have an influence within the dressing room. He doesn't have an influence within the club. So let's separate that from this. Look, he may be the biggest, but you have no influence over billionaires in a boardroom, in a management team. You have nothing within that club. The closest you'll get is to getting in the ground. That's it, like the rest of us.
Does he actually go? He doesn't go to games, does he?
Occasionally, he will go to games.
Isn't he a Nottingham Forest fan?
He claims from Forest. People say that. Oh, but I got softest for Oldham Athletic, but I don't. People don't rip me for that, do they? You know what I mean? But yeah, he uses his platform and he can push. It's for clicks, innit? It's for clicks.
But he's not wrong though, is he? I mean, the manager is under a bit of pressure. Yes, Georgie Best. But let's not stir the pot. Let's just try and get behind
stirring the pot. No, look, he was under pressure from the first game. Do you know what? With a twink here, if we'd have drawn with Arsenal, beating Fulham, and beating Burnley, we sat here with maybe 7 to 9 points, and may have lost to Grimsby. But nobody would have batted an eyelid.
Yeah. I am going to bring us towards the last item. I'm just snipping here a little something, and I'm going to bring it up on our screens now. So it's around copy menu, and Fabrizio Romano put out in his last video that copy menu after the Fulham game went directly to Ruben Amorim and to the club with his agent to say he was not happy because he's here, because here he doesn't play. Manchester United internally decided, from what I've been told also with Sir Jim Ratcliffe involved, that they couldn't sell Kobe Manu. So this was the decision made with all people involved, director, CEO, coach, and owner. I think we have some interesting months ahead, because if Kobe Manu will play, the situation will be okay. If he stays on the bench, I think this could be a topic again.
Is a World Cup year as well?
Yeah.
I mean, you won't blame me, like you say. Look, if we get somebody in January and you don't need Kobe Manu, only on loan, because I still hold hope for Højlund. If he turns it on, I want him back. If he fires over in Napoli, I want him back next summer with what we got now. That is a front four. If he fires well, I want him back. So maybe letting Kobe go out on loan, some Premiership experience, it is okay. But it depends where we are in the league. Come January, if we're in the top 4, top 5 race for Europe, no, you ain't going. But if we're struggling, yeah, he's gonna be on. He's not playing. He's gonna want game time. But I do hope, like you say, he's part of this. That famous picture when they're all sat there after scoring against West Ham. So that picture's gone now. Because 2 of them are gone, and it was a waste of time of a picture, wasn't it? Really. So yeah,
it's like Back to the Future.
I want Kobe I want Kobe to succeed. I want him to be a part of Man United, like Phil Foden is, local lad from Stockport, playing for his club. So that's what I want. And if Ramos, if Højlund does well, I want him back. He fires Napoli to Champions League glory, I want him back.
Absolutely.
You know, regarding Kobe, I just want to say I like the fact that he's actually wanting a place. It's just it's being leaked, but this happens all the time. Conversations. Look, boss, I want to play. If you just sat back and said, I'm happy with this or whatever, he's showing desire. He's showing he wants to be a good player.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to play.
Exactly.
You can say that. Doesn't mean you're going to get it. You don't have to keep quiet and toe the line. I just want to play.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do, play football.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We talked earlier on about the guy Onana saying he wants an increase in his wages. All right. And that's, admirable, even though a bit delusional. But the same applies with Kobe. By going there and saying, I want to play, it means I feel I'm good enough to do it. And all signs are that he is a good player.
Yeah, he was honest. And all he was doing was just speaking with his heart. I want to play football. Yeah. And he's sound as a pound, Kobe Mainoo. He really is. And I'm sure his family come into the ground. Don't. He might as well not come today. I'm not even in the squad. You know what I mean? Watching the game. He just wants to be proud, play football, and have his family who are proud of him. You know what I mean? That's it. Just play. There's nothing wrong with wanting to play football and asking the manager.
Absolutely. Vincent Bullock is asking, what was I flashing on the screen? So that is, in fact, a George Best football card, but it's a special George Best football card because it's got a bit of his player-worn jersey embroidered into the middle of it. So it's a bit of United history. So that's one of my personal collection. And I also have, on the way tomorrow, a Roy Keane auto card with a bit of his boot in it as well. So I might throw that off some other day. But I am going to borrow from the Stretford Paddock again, Andy. And they're doing a show later tonight. And that topic is, would you keep Mainoo next season, but it comes at the expense of selling Bruno Fernandes?
Oh, interesting question. If Bruno does not fit into this system, and we know it didn't look good, did it, against last few games, he's not been played well, Bruno, been played out of position. I would consider it. Because he's 32. So, yeah, why not? And Kobe comes in a world. Bruno will, what I say, he's going to the World Cup. He want to play well. He maybe one last payday go back to Portugal, or maybe go to La Liga and play for one of the big guns, or Germany. So I think there's one big move left in Bruno. Depends where he wants to go. Do you want it nice and easy in Saudi? Or do you want to go to Bruno? You want to go to La Liga or Bundesliga? But if he tears it up this season, Bruno leads us to the Champions League. He's going to be a very interesting question.
Very true.
I've got an interesting question. Just to you, Andy, and you, Rebel. Obviously, we're signing this goalkeeper from Belgium, but he'll be maybe the fifth player from Belgium that Man United have had. Can you name the other four? Just name four other first-team players that have played for Man United from Belgium, please.
Romelu Lukaku.
Yeah, that's one.
Belgians.
Januzaj.
Yep, Januzaj 2.
Woo! Whoop, whoop! That's my only one.
There's two more noticeable ones. One you'll probably notice by his hairstyle.
Hairstyle.
I don't think of Belgians and United. Jesus.
Recent.
Yeah.
Oh, Marwan.
Yeah, Fellaini.
Oh God, I don't know that one.
And yeah, and Double A got the last one. It's Richie Dillette.
What?
Remember him? Richie Dillette. Am I pronouncing that right? The fullback.
Did he make a first team appearance?
I think he did make a first team appearance. Yeah. So not many. Only 5 really players that have played for Man United from Belgium.
Actually, interestingly, I do have an injury update.
Yeah, please. What is it on them two?
Cunhas isn't as bad as initially feared.
Good.
But he probably might miss 3 to 4 weeks. Obviously, 2 of it being the international break. So, c'est la vie. But Mount could be doing a Mount.
God, we were dreading this, weren't we? Poor guy.
How long we talking? What's he done?
But you know what's going to happen? They're going to say 2 months, then he'll have a setback in training, and that'll be another month and a half, and then there'll be another setback. And
What's
by the end
injured?
of it,
What happened to him? I didn't even know he's injured. What's going on with him?
somebody said a tie, but like
Are all these injuries connected? You know, because he's been out for so long, or are they all just unfortunate different injuries? He's got some sort of problem, like muscle problem, or
Yeah. If he's out for 4 to 6 weeks, you might as well, cancel his contracts because I remember, was it Ruben's first game? It was one of his first games. He played the derby, and he played for 12 minutes, and everybody was angry. Everybody was fuming, but you could see he was clearly upset and distressed. And I sort of calmed down after seeing that because I was fuming with him, fuming. The injury. It's like Luke Shaw last season. You're just injured. Your mum's on benefits. That's all you get. And you've just got enough to get through to play the Europa League final and still play shite. No. If Mount's injured again, then I'm done with him. If he's out for nearly 2 months, forget it.
Have you been impressed with his start though this season? You look.
Yes, I was. But if he's injured if he's out for 2 months, I don't want to see him anymore. It's my opinion. It won't happen, I know, but I'm just enough is enough.
You know, since he arrived at Manchester United, he still hasn't reached a full season worth of games in terms of match appearances.
Yeah, so your heart goes for him a bit, and it's not really he's not intentional, isn't it? Is it? Unless he's not doing something right in training But I think the way we're going about things now, we're managing the medical side of things better. People are managing their weight, and all this kind of things hopefully will sort of stop the increase of injuries. But obviously with Luke Shaw and Mason Mount, their reputation is really soiled at the moment regarding injuries.
I'm going to ask you a question. It's my turn to put a quiz question out there. Across Premier League, EFL, Europa League, Community Shield, and UEFA Champions League, in all the appearances that Mason Mount has made for Manchester United, how many goal involvements has he had across all of them?
Goal involvements? I would say about 7.
I'd say 3.
Andy takes this one at 6.
Oh, wow.
In 3 seasons. Well, 2.5 seasons.
Wow. But I'm not giving up hope on him, man. He's still something about him. I think he's still a good player. He started. The managers seem to play him. This is the thing. All managers, even not just at Man United, even prior to this, managers play him. They trust him. There's something about him.
Thing is, though, but it's like buying your dream car, and it'll run for a bit, then it's stalled, and it's out for a while. You get it fixed. It does it again. It works for a bit, then stalls again. You can't keep doing this, mate. You love that car. You really do. It's your pride and joy. But you know what? I'm going to take it to the scrapyard and throw it in a fucking crap pit.
I like that analogy.
My
Stephanie's
car
talking
will be a
about,
Subaru Impreza.
Stephanie's talking about the sphincter, but actually I think it's the left phalange. If you know the reference, you know the reference.
Oh yeah, the left phalange, especially that's a bugger out when it doesn't wiggle right. The left phalange is a bugger. As long as you put ointment on it, you're fine and you can fly happy.
But I'm going to end it with this question, and if only my mouth would move for me, we are going to bring up another wee screen. September's games. There's 300 people, by the way, watching us, 290 of you on YouTube. If you want to take 20 seconds of your day just to slide on over to the Man United Agenda YouTube and just give us a quick like, quick subscribe. We are running 2 competitions at the moment. One is for a signed, authenticated Robson jersey. All you have to do is buy a membership, which is about £1. Or for the free version, we're giving away one of the current Man United shirts. And that's free to do. All you have to do is hit subscribe. And once we get to 4K subscribers, bada bing, bada boom, we will be telling you how one of you can win it. But September. Wake me up when September ends comes to mind when I look at that fixture list. We play City, we play Chelsea, and then we play Brentford. How many points realistically are on the table for Man United?
7.
Oh,
That's optimistic.
In what order? I don't know.
Well, look, Man City a bit vulnerable. They haven't had the best of starts. They look like they haven't really got going yet. Chelsea at home, we're at home. We got a chance there. And then away at Brentford, they sold all their best players. But somehow they always seem to find some new gems, you know. And I think in Buemo going back there, I think we're strong at the moment. By that point, with those tough games there, I think we'd be right into the swing of things. So I can tend to agree with Andy. We could get maybe 7 points there, go unbeaten.
Interesting. Actually, we have been creating lots of chances. We just haven't been finishing our dinner. So
True.
there is obviously going to be the new man playing in goal for City. So who knows how quickly he'll settle with them.
Traffic.
And we'll just have to wait and see. But I'm going to ask you one more question, because do you agree with the boss man here? He wants Jose back.
Too late for that, Solo.
But that's a no then I'm taking. Oh, Jesus. And you say I'm negative Solo. Oh, Lord. But Andy, it is the end of the show. So I'm going to put you up on the big screen and let the people know where to find you.
You will find me at the Manchester United Agenda at a time of my choosing, due to work commitments, family commitments. But I'll be here to talk about Man United results, Man United feedback, Man United transfer rumours, Man United praise and criticism. And I'm also on the Stretford paddock. Booyah.
Bada bing, bada boom, realest guy in the room. And then, of course, the eternally positive, regardless of the situation, Yabba Forbes will be back on your screens, probably again tomorrow. And even where there's cause for negativity, he's like a Care Bear. He goes, Care Bear, shine.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Care Bear stare. Jesus Christ, that's going back.
Yeah.
Let's bring some balance around here, Rebel. I mean, I know you've been going off lately, but yeah, you calmed down since the Burnley game, so that's nice.
If we're the Care Bears, then Mr. B's Grumpy Bear.
Especially when you're saying Rasmus should come back. I bet he's fuming right now.
Oh, yeah, he's eating his broccoli and what else? His brandy and whatever.
Yeah. But that has been the Man United agenda for tonight. And I'll sign off by saying, remember, you're a Womble.